camera's staying on. It's like the first time ever. What's up, pups? How you guys doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Guess what, you guys? I got my bachelor's degree. But not that it matters, cause I have to go right back to school, cause I'm going to film school now. Whoa, I'm dying. What else? I don't know. Been a little while since I made a video again. Not gonna lie, almost didn't make a video today. As you can see, my hair looks pretty bad. Makeup's not completely done. You know what? I was like, what the heck? They don't care what I look like. They just want to see a video, right? Am I right? Am I right? So now that that plate is done, the graduation plate, now I have a new plate, and it's called going to film school and trying to work simultaneously and having a life simultaneously, which I probably won't have a life for the next 20 months. So I know last video I said this video would be my victims video, but had a couple comments from some people who were like, hey Kayleigh, it's been like 3-4 weeks since you made a video. Can you just skip right on to the question and answers video? And I was like, why not? I'll go ahead and do that. That sounds like a good idea. Thank you, Anon. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna answer some questions for you guys, and it's gonna be a grand time. Cheer Flexi Tumblr asks, if the number 2 pencil is the best pencil in the world, then why is it number 2? Because number 1 pencil obviously got taken over by number 2. Clearly there was a pencil war a couple years back, multiple years back, and number 1 pencil was the king of the world, but number 2 pencil was like, oh no no no, I'm the king of the world. So then number 1 and number 2 got into a big fight, and number 2 pencil sharpened number 1 pencil all the way down to the eraser. So number 1 pencil was no longer the best in the world. So it's really sad, actually, kind of a touchy subject for me, but you know, a couple years after number 2's victory against pencil number 1, he actually developed a way to clone himself and mass-produced himself like millions upon millions of pencils. So now there's just number 2 pencils everywhere, and that's the story of why they're the best pencil in the world. Alright. Antoine J asks, what crime would you commit if you had the chance? Probably jaywalking. I'd do that. I'd do that. I would. All day. Maybe like an hour, not all day. Wouldn't. It's probably hot outside. Happy Meal Kitten asks me, hey, so are you working on a costume and have you been to a con, and if so, which one? I'm not currently working on a costume. I have a couple of costumes that I'm interested in making. I want to make a Link costume, and I kind of want to make a GLaDOS costume. But I actually recently finished a costume. I'm not working on it anymore, but I made a Daenerys Targaryen costume, and I wore it to Renaissance Fair. That took me, well, I mean, I started it, and then I stopped making it for like a month, and then when I actually finished it, it only took me like 3 hours, which wasn't bad for a costume. But yeah, that was my most recent one that I made. I wore it to Renaissance Fair. The most recent con I've been to is not recent at all, actually. It's probably like 5 or 6 years ago that I went to a con. Probably like 2007 or, yeah, 2007. And it was just Comic-Con down in Miami. It wasn't anything crazy. The only thing that really sticks out about that con to me is that there was a DeLorean parked outside, and I just remember seeing it and being like, the Boondoggle asks, Mean Girls or The Emperor's New Groove? That is really difficult. Actually, it's not so difficult. I don't know why I said it was difficult. Mean Girls, of course. Come on, really? Mean Girls wins. But I think the reason that you made me stop and think is because I have not seen The Emperor's New Groove in years. And now I really want to go watch that movie. So thank you, because now you've opened my world to past movies that I have not watched in ages. Jeremy12141 asks me, would you rather have to say everything on your mind or never speak again? I would rather say everything on my mind, which is pretty much how I live my life anyway. It's really difficult for me to keep anything inside. Like, if something is like bothering me, or if I'm really excited about something, it's really, really hard for me not to want to just tell the world things. But that's not saying that I can't keep secrets, because when it counts, I keep secrets. But when I get really excited or just angry about something, I don't want to keep it inside and like be silent. Like, I want people to know, because if not, I'll explode. Really, I will. 33J Burton asks me, what film schools will I be applying to? Well, I applied to 2. I applied to UCF Film School, which I am not attending, and I applied to Digital Domain Institute. Laura Kilometer asks me, how old am I? 24. I'm old. Whiffleclaw asks me, Chips Ahoy or Oreos? Oreos. Hands down, no questions asked. Jacob4444 asked me, do I want to help him rob a bank? Not really, but thank you for the invite. That's really nice of you. I'll make sure I don't tell anybody. The Gimp1214 asked me kind of a lot of questions, so I'm gonna try to breeze through these. Do you want to get to be a huge thing like Smosh or stay small, relatively? I don't mind. Whatever works is fine. Like, I really like being able to interact with my viewers and my subscribers, so I don't really mind. If I got big, cool, that's great. I get big. If I stay relatively small, then that makes it okay with me too. Like, it's not a big deal. It would be nice, but it's not a requirement. Besides video games, school, YouTube, and your job, what else do you do? I sleep. And that's it. Who are your favorite YouTubers? Mika Kitty, Live Lava Live, Smosh. I really like the guys who put on the Key of Awesome. And I have a few smaller YouTubers who are my favorites too, like Leslie Found Her Grail, and Manchild Troll Hair, and Dave Cat Blogs, who are all really good friends of mine too. So it's kind of really awesome to like be friends with them and like their videos. It's like a big family. I Do That Sometimes asks me, what kind of camera do you use? I have a Canon 60D, and it is phenomenal, and I highly recommend it to be used in all types of video recording and photography situations. Whoa, it's Kimber asks me, is VidCon going to be a thing you're doing this year? It was, and now it is not. Money has become somewhat of an issue in that I can't afford to fly to California or stay there, so I will not be doing VidCon this year, but I will for sure be doing Playlist Live next year again. Okay, so DH1390 asks me, imagine the zombie apocalypse has just started. You only have time to grab the first object you see before you leave for somewhere safe. The one thing is your only defense against the undead. What is that object? Well, if it's the first object that I see, and it really depends on where I am, now I have to create like this elaborate story in my head. Like, okay, so I'm standing in my bedroom, and all of a sudden, zombie apocalypse, alarms, and I grab this pillow, because it's the first thing that I see, because it's on my bed, and I'm in my room, and I will push it, use it as a shield at zombies, to make them stay away from. This was a really awkward question. I'm sorry. Cotton Wool World asked me, so at what point did you start to notice that people were watching your videos, and how did you feel? I probably noticed it when I got picked for Buck Factor, and it was crazy because people were just commenting and saying, your videos are great, and I was getting a lot of subscribers, and it was just really, really awesome. And that experience kind of was what made me think, people kind of enjoy my videos. It's kind of awesome. So that was probably when I was like, I'm kind of becoming somewhat of a internet thing, but not like a big internet thing. Just like a small one. So on Twitter, BFernandez17 on Twitter asked me, what made you want to do YouTube videos? To be quite honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. I know it had a lot to do with watching my favorite YouTubers, such as Mika Kitty and Live Lava Live, and I kind of just wanted to like do what they were doing, but why I kept on with it, I think it was just really the viewers and people commenting and actually watching them that kept me progressively making more and more videos because people seemed interested. So I just kept doing it. Movie Freak 880 asked me, what's your favorite Legend of Zelda game? And does it irritate you that people keep referring to Link as Zelda? No, it does not irritate me because it's very confusing. They should have named the series Legend of Link because it's not really fair. Zelda is barely in it. I mean, well, she is in it, but not a lot. And my favorite Legend of Zelda is probably Ocarina of Time. Maltzb1 asks me, what movie release for the summer are you most excited for? I don't know, probably The Dictator. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that like I'm super, super excited about. But if I think of something, I'll let you guys know. Mr. Lucho Libre asked me, if you had the DeLorean from Back to the Future, what year would you travel to and why? 1955. Not because it's where they traveled in the movie, but I love the 50s, and I think it would be so cool to just go to a sock hop and listen to 50s music and walk around and drink soda pop and eat ice creams and just be there. I think it would be so fun. It's Not You, It's Me asks me, would you rather make fun of yourself or others for entertainment purposes? Should be obvious. I mean, I think I sit on my YouTube channel and kind of just make fun of silly things that I do. I mean, I do sometimes make fun of things that people do, but I think it's mostly just me poking fun at myself, so I'll choose me. Choose you, Pikachu, Kayleigh Ketchum. Chocolate Fabio asked me, if Hogwarts was real, characters included, what would be your favorite class and why? Apparating and disapparating, because I want to learn how to do that. That concludes all of the questiones that you guys have sent me. I will get back into the swing of making videos once a week now that it is summer and I have more time. Promise. And thanks you guys for just sticking around. Like, that's awesome. You guys are like the best subscribers and viewers and fans that I could ever ask for, and I just love you all so much, and just expect more from me because it's going to be coming at you from all different angles. So until next time, YouTubers, we will meet again in cyberspace. Peace out, trouts.